Great,
Yeah.
Harbinder. I will ask you, the Harbinder, similar lines that a lot of time people say that if I want to build a professional personal brand, I need to have a consultant. I can't, I mean, it's like advisable to have a consultant. Wherein a lot of people say that if I have to build my own personal brand, why do I need a consultant? So, I mean, people are always in this dilemma. You as a content strategist, somebody who's actually working with a lot of personal brands, what is your thought on that? What do you think? Uh, do we need somebody who's expert in this area, or do you think that we should do it by our passion, the way we do it? What is your thought on that?
So, Sandeep, if you ask me what you can do for your personal brand, no agency can do for you, right? So, I firstly believe that you are the key trigger to define what people think about you. But while I say that, when we're looking at digital media engagement, we must keep in mind that digital media is a very unforgiving media, and it is, if you go wrong, anything goes wrong, it is there, which is going to remain for the rest of the time. So, and uh, it requires, for this particular reason, it requires a lot of attention. And when I say it requires attention, there are two things. You need to be not your messaging at any point in time. Second is, you need a lot of consistency. The word consistency has been brought up by Meher as well as Nisha. And when you look at consistency in two things. One is messaging. If you have to be consistent in the message that goes out to your target audience. And second is the consistency in frequency. For these two reasons, I think it is important to have an external agency work very closely with you, which is able to continuously do this work without any hindrance. Second is, personal brand actually happens at every point in time and in every place where you are present. People are observing you at any point in time that they're interacting with you, and they're creating perceptions continuously. And they don't watch you for your work. Like what Mayor said, that people are not there talking about the work that you do. People are talking about how you do it. So it's your personal attributes that they are observing. So they make conclusions based on how you look, how you talk to people, how you behave. And their conclusions are usually, they're creating an impression about your honesty, your ethics, your attitude in terms of how you deal with situations, how you deal with people. They are creating impressions about your aptitude, your knowledge levels, your expertise in various stuff. So people are noticing this whenever they are looking at you at any point in time, at any place. So, and these people generally create an impression. They become judgmental based on what they are observing, and they turn into conclusions. And we know that every conclusion turns into a reality. So they start believing that this is the kind of person you are, right? And you always need, uh, for the need of consistent messaging that goes out, somebody to handhold you, somebody to guide you, somebody to mentor you, so that you are consistent in the messaging that you are giving out to people who are observing you 24/7. So which is why I feel that, one, nobody can do a better job than you, but they need to guide you. You need somebody to guide you, and you need somebody to help you with the consistency in terms of the messaging and the frequency.
Yeah. So everybody's talking about a mentor at this time. I think even all big coaches I have heard, they say that you need to have a mentor. I mean, if you focus on personal branding, definitely yes. So I'm going to ask one question to all of you on the same different kind of your expertise area in terms of, again, coming back to the platform. So the first one is to you, Harbinder, and then I'll go to Meher and then Nisha. Uh, so when you again come to picking up the platform as a content strategist, I mean, somebody who is actually a personal brand strategist, what do you think? You should choose a couple of areas to focus on, couple of platforms, or should we actually do the whole bouquet and be there on every available platform? What is your thought on that, Harbinder? And then I'll come to you, Meher, on this, how to choose, and of course, Nisha, how to create content on for different platforms. So please, before I go with for you, Harbinder, I'd like to request all the people who are attending this, if you have any question for any of the panelists, please keep writing on the Q&A box. We will be taking up questions once we finish. We're going to finish another 10 minutes, this Q&A round. And after that, definitely we're going to come back to you and answer all your questions. So thank you, Harbinder, all yours.
So there are two things that come to my mind. One is choosing the platform, and then what to do on that platform, the content part of it. So I think, my advice, and this is my personal opinion, that social media requires a lot of time, attention, focus, costs a lot of money. Social media is not, it is very, very effective, but it's not cheap. It comes at a price. So I usually recommend my clients to focus on two platforms at max three, because it requires a lot of attention and focus. So you need to understand what is your objective that you're trying to achieve. You must try to figure out where your audience is, your target audience, where are they present, and keeping that in mind, what is your engagement level that you're looking at achieving with that particular audience on that particular platform. You choose two platforms that you want to focus on, and you choose them very carefully, because what happens is, you choose the platform carefully, you remain focused, you know your objective. And one thing that what Meher also mentioned earlier was that don't ignore video as a content type, because it gets, we must never forget the power of discoverability, and video actually creates huge opportunity for us to be discovered when people are looking at, and attention spans are going down. But to answer your question, yes, I advise my clients to look at two platforms and at max three, and remain focused on them.
Thank
in
you.
terms of
So
choosing the
Meher,
platform.